Ryan. Lyle Wyman Reimer. Evinji Rayundo. Corey John Rystad. Thomas Edward Saba. Scott Arlo Sabo. Dominic Joseph Sacco. Carlos No Sains. Lance Sharif Sage. Rashid Shahib. Justin Andrew Saint. Gael Santil. Steve Sakota. Ricky Salas. Rudy Salas. Ruth Salazar. William Salazar. Rudy Salcido. Adriana Salem. David Saley. Eric Salinas. Richard Salter. Edward Sauls. Sam Solomon. Benjamin Samus. Johnny Sonny Sampler. Joey Tyrone Sams. Dennis Kenneth Sampson. Mark Mato Sampson. Tenzin Samton. Princess Crystal Samuels. Alberto Sanchez. Efren Sanchez. Emilian Sanchez. Enrique Carlos Sanchez. Oscar Sanchez. Paul Timothy Sanchez. Christopher Allen Sanders. Gregory Paul Sanders. Justin Troy Sanders. Ronnie Lee Sanders. Ryan Travis Sanders. Floris Sandoval. Frank Michael Sandoval. Leroy Sandoval. Matthew Joseph Sandri. Monroe Sandvik. Barry Sanford. Daniel Santee. Ed Santini. Neil Anthony Santoriello. Fernando Santos. Isaias Enrique Santos. Jeremiah Santos. Jonathan Santos. Luis Santos. Brandon Sapp. Jessica Yvette. Sarah Andrea. Charles Otto Sayer. Cameron Brian Sarno. Scott Douglas Sater. Oscar Salcedo. Anthony Jordan Sosto. Juan Manuel Serrano. Nazario Serrano. Daniel Laverne Sesker. Darren Thomas Settle. Robert Jason Settle. Tavares Denard Setzler. Raymond Sasa Sebatasi. Daniel Riley Sexton. Devon Paul Seymour. Michael Bear Shackelford. Edward William Schaefer. Jason Allen Schaefer. Jeffrey Paul Schaefer. Wentz Jerome Schanaberger. Jeremy Reed Shank. Neil Moran Shank. Stephen Daniels Shannon. Jeffrey Ross Shaver. Alan Rain Shaw. Daniel Joseph Shaw. Jordan Michael Shea. Corey Michael Shea. Kevin Michael Shea. Timothy Mangus Shea. Casey Sheehan. Kevin Francis Sheehan. Ronnie Lee Shelley Jr. Sr. Jimmy Lee Shelton. Randolph Scott Shelton. Stephen Earl Shepard. Adam Roger Shepard. Daniel Michael Shepard. Christopher Linwood Shepard. Joshua Dean Shepard. Alan David Sherman. Anthony Lee Sherman. Stephen Richard Sherman. James Alexander Sherrill. Andrew Carl Shields. Jonathan Bernard Shields. Bradley Nolan Schilling. Darren Wayne Ship. Jeremy Scott Shock. Jared Matthew Shoemaker, Russell Keith Shoemaker, Barry Nelson Shandi, Brad Sanjin Shooter, James Allen Shull, Dustin Michael Shumney, Kenneth Lee Sickles, Dustin Lee Sides, Todd Michael Siebert, Eric Rudolph Seeger, Thomas Christian Seekert, Ashley Setsima, John Patrick Sigsby, William Mason Sigwa, Alfred Barton Seiler, Alfredo Barajas Silva, Eric Hernandez Silva, Mark Antonio Silva, Sean Anthony Silva, David Neil Simmons, Leonard Dale Simmons, Wendell Gerard Simmons, Chad Jerome Simon, Aaron William Simons, Abraham Simpson, Christopher Curtis Simpson, Jacob Mark Simpson, Jonathan James Simpson, Charles Marquise Sims, John Thomas Sims, Justin Dudrano Sims, Khalif Sims, Sean Patrick Sims, Isaiah Joseph Sinclair, Uday Singh, Shanning Garrett Singletary, Todd Andrew Singleton, Stephen Frederick Serco, Aaron James Sissel, Christopher Aaron Sisson, David Leonard Sissong, Garth Douglas Sizemore, Bradley Joe Skelton, Nicholas Malloy Skinner, Slater Michael Jason, Benjamin James Slavin, Brian Donatus Slavinus, Russell Lee Slay, Eric Wentworth Slabonik, Brandon Ulysses Sloan, Richard Patrick Slocum, Thomas Jonathan Slocum, Corey Lee Small, Eric Scott Smallwood, Albert Eugene Smart, Keith Lee Smet, Aaron Empose Smith, Antoine Demetrius Smith, Benedict Joseph Smith, Benjamin Alexander Smith, Benjamin Kent Smith, Brandon Clinton Smith, Brian Drew Smith, Bruce Allen Smith, Christopher Glenn Smith, Darren Allen Smith, Darrell Lee Smith, Edward Smith, Eric Allen Smith, Jason Edward Smith, Jeremiah David Smith, John McLean Smith, Jonathan Keena Smith, Jonathan Lee Smith, Justin Shashante Smith, Kevin Joseph Smith, Kevin Scott Smith, Matthew Reed Smith, Matthew Robert Smith, Michael Antonio Smith, Michael James Smith, Michael James Smith Jr., Orenthal Javon Smith, Paul Ray Smith, Riley Clinton Smith, Richard Anthony Smith, Ross Andrew Smith, Scott Robert Smith, Shannon Michael Smith, Timothy Michael Smith, Tristan Caleb Smith, Tyler Jacob Smith, Brandon William Smitherman, Mark Thaddeus Smith Smykowski, Brandon Keith Sneed, Eric Lamar Snell, Stephen Paul Snowberger, Adam Paulson Snyder, Joshua David Snyder, Matthew Albert Snyder, Christopher Frank Solzer, Katie Marie Soinskin, Daniel Stanley Slabowski, Gordon George Solomon, Roderick Antoine Solomon, Ishmael Galvan Solorio, Juan Manuel Solorio, Adrian Valentine Soltau, Charles Robert Soltis, Kevin Henry Sonnenberger, Mike Takeshi Sonata, Matthew Ryan Soper, Skipper Sorum, Ryan James Sorensen, Armando Soriano, Tomas Sotelo, Danny Richard Soto, Joshua Warren Soto, Carl Oscar Sotapinedo, Luis Ariel Sofruit, Richard Anthony Sokinka, Camp Butch Sodriano, Solson Kenneth Serene, Nicholas Ryan Sabinski, John Charles Sir, Jacob Michael Spann, Janae Renee Sparks, Jason Lee Sparks.
Corey Emmett Spates, Theodore Arnold Spatall, Jonathan Ross Spears, Michael Raymond Spear, Joseph Boyd Spence, Clarence Tavares Spencer, Cole Edward Spencer, Ray Anthony Spencer II, Raymond Nigel Spencer Jr., William Clifton Spencer, William David Spencer, William Curtis Spillers, Trevor Lawson Spink, Curtis Robert Spivey, Christopher John Splinter, Clifford Adams Spawn, Marvin Ross Sprayberry, Lance Craig Springer, Charles Keith Springle, Brian Nicholas Spry, Brad Dwayne Squires, Shannon Lee Squires, Brian Robert Jermaine, John Bailey St. John, David Rogers Stats, Jeremy Leon Stacy, Michael Boyd Stack, Stephen Anthony Stacy, Nathan Eugene Stahl, Michael Ross Stallman, John Robert Stalvey, George Stansel, Matthew Joseph Stanley, Robert Marshall Stanley, Kenny Francis Stanton, Seth Michael Stanton, Louis Vincent Starcevich, Sean Vincent Starkovich, Jeremy Brian Starr, Michael Leonard Starr, Eric Matthews Stefani, Nicholas Paul Steinbacher, David Samuel Stelmate, Derek Thomas Steenrose, Blake Christopher Stevens, John Scott Stevens, Andrew Carl Stern, Andy Allen Stevens, Joseph William Stevens, Randy Lee Stevens, Jeffrey Scott Stevenson, Robert Anthony Stever, Carla Jane Stewart, David Stephen Stewart, Ian Wesley Stewart, James Douglas Stewart, Joshua Kennard Stickland, Shane Michael Stinson, John Christian Stock, Michael James Stokely, Sean Andrew Stokes, Douglas Cameron Stone, Gregory Lewis Stone, Mark Allen Stone, Samuel Donald Stone, Clint Joseph Story, Travis Morton Stadler Meyer, Brandon L. Stout, Matthew Ryan Stovall, Michael David Stover, Morgan William Strader, Adam James Strain, William Rodriguez Strange, Kirk Allen Straczewski, Francis Joseph Straub, Matthew Francis Strader, Thomas James Strickland, Jesse Warner Strong, Johnny Ray Strong, Joseph Allen Leonard Strong, Mark Norman Stubenhofer, Michael Reuben Sturdivant, Brandon Chauncey Sturdy, William Russell Sturgis, Paul Joseph Storino, Del Solar Jesus Alberto Suarez, Roger Alfonso Suarez Gonzalez, Joseph Dwayne Sewell, Wilberto Sulaveras, Christopher James Sullivan, John Michael Sullivan, John Robert Sullivan, Norson Bertil Sullivan, Vincent Michael Sullivan, James Eugene Summers, Vincent Earl Summers, Ming Sun, Astor Annabal Susan Pinedo, Robert Allen Serber, Stephen John Sutherland, Ernest Harold Stupin, Michael John Sutter, Greg Lamont Sutton, Timothy James Sutton, Sean Michael Such, Daniel Freeman Swain, Harvey Raymond Swain, James Eric Swain, Shane Clennon Swanberg, Robert Adam Swaney, Brett Daniel Swank, Christopher William Swanson, Timothy Allen Swanson, Sharon Therese Swartworth, Robert Wesley Sweeney, Christopher Perry Sweet, Jack Tavis Sweet, Thomas John Sweet, Franklin Allen Swigger, Jason William Swigger, Nathaniel Troy Swindle, Christopher Wayne Swisher, Tyler Bobbitt Swisher, Sean Dante Sykes, Jonathan Matthew Sylvester, Paul Rowland Syverson, Stephen Walter Swizdick, Joseph Merle Tackett, Amen Abdelrahman Taha, Patrick Shannon Tanch, DeForest Lee Talbert, Matthew Lamont Tallman, Fernando Sanchez Tamayo, Jeremy Paul Tamborello, Eddie Daniel Tamez, John Corey Tanner, Nicholas Aaron Tanton, Samuel Tapia, Linda Ann Tarango Grease, Michael Yuri Torlavatsky, Nemo Westhill Marisala Tala Masani, Iosa Filgoia Tave, Michael Estigo Toya Tato, Brian Nicholas Taylor, Christopher James Taylor, Christopher Michael Taylor, David Gladney Taylor, Joe Allen Taylor, Keith Edward Taylor, Mark Douglas Taylor, Matthew Joseph Taylor, Michael Charles Taylor, Michael Vernon Taylor, Norman Robert Taylor, Shannon Delane Taylor, William Grady Taylor, John Robert Teal, Brandon Lee Teeters, Prince K.O. Tiwia, Luis Enrique Tejeda, Rianne Augusto Tejeda, Hannah Andres Taylor, Joshua Adam Tarando, Miguel Terrazas, Jonathan Tessar, Jason Andrew Tetrout, David William Textor, Nathan Zariax Thacker, Jeremy Allen Thorpe, Sean Douglas Thorpe, Stephen M. Theobald, Jordan Peter Paul Thibault, Joseph Clarence Thibodeau, Thomas Rule, Jesse Lee Tahiri, Brian Matthew Thomas, Brian Richard Thomas, Carl Thomas, John Frank Thomas, Kendall Thomas, Kyle Gregory Thomas, Sean Michael Thomas, Paul William Tomason, Anthony Orlando Thompson, Christopher Worth Thompson, Jacob Martin Thompson, Jared Bennett Thompson, Lance McGregor Thompson, Michael E. Thompson, Neil George Thompson, Stephen Scott Thompson, William Egerton Thorne, Jonathan Brett Thornsberry, Dwayne Anthony Thornsberry, John Joshua Thornton, Robert Cecil Thornton, Stephen William Thornton, Brandon Tyler Thorson, Robert Brooks Thrasher, Frank Fagatia, Benjamin David Tiffner, James Rodney Tijerina, Jesse Daniel Tillery, Joshua Michael Tillery, Harry Holt Timberman, Tina Safara Time, Jason Gary Timmerman, Humberto Fonseca's Tomato, Jeremy Lee Tennell, Patrick Allen Tennell, Douglas Logan Tinsley, John Edgar Tipton, Amy Catherine Torader, Joshua Cooley Titcomb, Brandon Thomas Titus, John Joseph Tobiason, Brandon Scott Tobler, Jeremy Phillip Tosilowski, Lee Dwayne Todashini, Benjamin Harris Todd, John Harrison Todd, Victor Hugo Tola Dapulido, Benjamin Brian Tollefson, John Oliver Tollefson, Norman Lane Tollett, Joseph Anthony Thompson, Zachary Blaze Tomzak, Nicholas Allen Tomko, Timothy Tony, David Tipo Tumalato, Joshua Lewis Torrance, Daniel Torres, George Daniel Torres, Michael Stephen Torres, Omar Ernesto Torres, Richard Torres, Teodoro Torres, Elias Torres, Michael Lee Tosto, Eric Toth, Sean Paul Toshua, Michael Lopez Towns, Robin Leslie Towns, Tremaine Keon Toy, Jacob Timothy Tracy, Seth Randall Trahan, Tyler John Trahan, Duha Tran, Quoc Ben Tran, Philip Lamar Travis, Stuart Sylvester Trejo, Joseph Stephen Tremblay, Richard Kennedy Trevethick, Brett Lee Tribble, Marvin Lee Trost, John Brian Trotter, Tyler Seth Trevelyan, Chester William Troxel, Tyler John Troyer, Francis Marion Trussell, Daniel Akio Sue, Andrew Lee Tuazon, Marcus Lucas Tucker, Robert Wesley Tucker, Ronald James Tucker, Thomas Lowell Tucker, Stephen Richard Tudor, Salamo Jared Tua Ulu, Morgan Charles Tulane, Tulsa Tulaga Tulio, Gregory Leroy Tull, Michael Joseph Tully, Lou Tuman Nouveau, Nicholas David Turcotte, Ricky Lee Turner, Roger Clinton Turner, Thomas Boyd Turner, Brian Joseph Tutton, Jordan Elias Tuttle, Abraham George Twitchell, Bobby Lee Twitty, Wade Michael Twyman, Corey Paul Tyler, Scott Matthew Terrell, Andre Demetrius Tyson, Eugene August Ool, Big Mohudan, Mashadi Jafer, Jawad Kadeem Wisman, D.M. Ibrahim Abdul Karim Abdul, Hassan Atiya Yassin Abdul, Shemaik Kwasi, Tihari Hennyfish Wahi, Shatab Camille, Hussan Al Ubaid Ahmed, Shakir Hadi, brothers, Muhammad Hassan Nadia Arkan, Fala, Saitar Abdul Kareem Hussan, brother of Muhammad Hussan, Mohammed, Aodi Jasmine Tiba, Tawfiq Al Katrani Mitha, Dihesh Muhammad Al Duray Shakely. Okay.
This concludes our reading of the names for this evening. Since we did not complete the reading of the names, we will resume at another time to be announced. Close our service tonight with a simple prayer. May the names we have read, the words we have spoken, the music we have heard, the bells we have rung, the candles we have lit, the silence we have sat in, bring honor to the dead, and some greater spark of healing, hope, beauty, and peace into the world. We have done what we have done as an act of love for the great family of all souls, of which we are all a part. Let our actions be a reminder that love can be stronger than hate, that hope will remain as long as one person is willing to reach to another in acts of compassion. That it might be so, I invite those gathered here to join, and those joining us online to say Amen. We extinguish this chalice and mark the end of our service with the benediction. Let us end this time of ritual hoping that never again will human folly bring such destruction and such violence, hoping that love will ultimately conquer hate, and that someday the human family will learn to live together in peace and unafraid. Go in peace, go in love, may our lives be a blessing. Amen. Thank you all for coming for the midnight hour. Yeah, I think they're both